Welcome to Coming Home. Survive and thrive in homeschooling. The Queen is dead. Long live the King. Over this week since Her Majesty died, I hope you have recognised it's a time to put away the books and immerse yourself in this significant time in history. It is highly unlikely that there is any person living now who will live to see another monarch on the British throne for as long as Queen Elizabeth II was. Her life of service and duty is a humbling example for any world leader that I can think of. They would do well to learn selfless service to their people, and in our own small circles of influence, so would we. As homeschoolers, what could you be doing over this time? As mentioned, it's prudent to put most of your books away and give priority to learning and experiencing this unique time. Your children will be telling their grandchildren about these weeks. Make sure they have something to tell. Regardless of whether you are for or against the monarchy or a republic, it's important your children and you understand the significance of the traditions, rituals, the response of leaders, and, importantly, the response of the people. I have said before, rituals and traditions are a vital part of our lives. The greater the level of tradition and ritual in a society, the stronger that society is. Break down the traditions, and the civilization to which those traditions belong also breaks down. The role of tradition and ritual is that they tend to create the reality they represent. Watching the precise traditions from the moment of Her Majesty's death has shown me the reality of the position in the monarchy in British civilization, and by extension the countries directly influenced by it, continues to be strong. There's a sense of belonging to the stability of a successful civilization as once again the rituals which have been performed for over 1,000 years are repeated. That's reassuring in a time of uncertainty. In spite of current economic and other crises, those who look back over history know our Western civilization has been through good and hard times. We cannot see the future, but the past reassures us we can see better times again if we continue to preserve that which has gone before. It reminds us to be careful of what we wish to change, things spoken of as irrelevant to the modern person. If you don't understand the why of these traditions, it's naive to demand a republic or otherwise without going to the genuine effort to ensure you know history and are not swayed by feelings and opinion. The monarchy has its place. It's not perfect, but the reasons are there and have been for more than 1,000 years. Make it your homeschool project to find out why. Here are a few ideas of what you could do. Watch the funeral. Take notes on things you don't understand to research later. Watch how the royal family behaves. What are the people doing? What does this tell you about how important this time is to them? Look at the events which happened over the Queen's life, how many changes she saw in society, recessions and booms, and in her own family. How did we see her respond? What can we learn from her responses, both her successes and mistakes? Look over the history of the monarchy. Do you know how Princess Elizabeth came to be Queen? Note how commentators and dignitaries are dressing. Commentators usually appearing in casual attire have put suit and tie on as they speak of the Queen's death. What significance is the way we dress in certain occasions to our culture? Why is it important to have certain items which only come out on special occasions? Look at what these are for the Queen's death and her funeral. On a smaller scale, why do we have and what are the special items for our own family occasions? Don't be too quick to agree with those who want to see the monarchy dismantled. You're entitled to that opinion, of course, but ask, what will replace it, and what examples in modern history can you give that offer a successful alternative? Do you know what it would mean to destabilise the way things are done in British culture? What do we observe in republics and other ruling alternatives about the way a hierarchy organises itself? Are they better? How would we evaluate the risk of dismantling the monarchy to replace it with something else? Would that alternative be as successful as this one? In short, you need to know your why. If you're for the monarchy, why? Answer that and then ask why again. Keep going until you know your facts back your feelings or opinion. Do the same if you or your children do not want a monarchy. Keep asking why and finding the evidence supporting your opinion. Once again, we are operating with the principle of how to think and not what to think. In the near future, we will go through the important royal event of the coronation. We will be able to observe other traditions and rituals and learn and be enriched by them. There are other commentators you can listen to for a deeper understanding of the place and importance of the monarchy. I will put some links below you may find helpful. I particularly appreciated Neil Oliver's words. Earlier in the podcast, I referred to watching the response of the people. I'm going back to this thought. If we have believed the media and other influences, we would have assumed the popularity of the monarchy was low and had become more irrelevant and in danger of being dismantled. It has been a marvellous surprise to watch how the people lined the streets and then started to queue to pay their respects as she lay in state. The queues traversed the streets for miles. The media expressed surprise. It seems the people have been quietly disagreeing with media and, we'll say, other entities, and those powerful and influential had no idea. It looks like they didn't bother to ask. I hope they're a tad worried. There are a lot of people out there showing they're not wanting their traditions changed. I encourage you to take every opportunity to make this special time in history the central part of your homeschooling life for now. There are other times when we had done this in our family, such as the Olympic Games and when Diana, the Princess of Wales, died. When important events happen, it's your privilege to pivot and make your homeschooling reflect the other principle I talk about a lot. That is, the world is your classroom. I'll catch up with you again next week. Bye for now.